to our broadcast. Today is February 9th. In this broadcast, we will explore the geography and the early settlement of China. We will also learn about physical features, climate, and vegetation that greatly influenced the way of life of the early people of China. Hi, my name is Andrew, and I'm one of the anchors.
Hello, my name is Ryan, and I'm the other anchor. Now we will introduce you to Claire, our vocab girl, for one set of vocab words.
Welcome.
Thank you, gentlemen. 2 vocabulary words, region and evaporate, will be coming up later. A region is a part or section of a country. When a liquid evaporates, it turns into a vapor or gas. So keep that in mind as we pass on to Joseph and Stephen, our geography. Welcome.
Thanks, Claire. To understand Chinese history, it's helpful to divide China into 2 main areas.
Wait, what are the 2 main areas?
The 2 main areas are Outer China and Inner China.
Oh, okay. Well, I've heard that most of ancient Chinese history involves only Inner China.
That is true. The 2 areas did not become one country until the 1600s CE.
But the geography of both areas affected the early settlement and history of China.
Yeah. Wait, Jojo, do you know if it's cold there or if it's hot there?
No, I don't. Well, let's welcome our climate people, Jasper and Lucas.
Thank you, Philip. Outer China is a very cold place to live. There are only about 50 days a year without frost. Snowstorms are common even in July.
Snowstorms in July? That's like a paradise.
But it's not exactly a paradise because it's always bitter and cold.
Oh boy. There sure are some hard words to pronounce coming up. Can you please help us, Philip?
Sure. The word how you pronounce it is Tibet Shanghai, and this is how you pronounce it.
Okay, thank you. So now moving on to our geography people, Jojo and Stephen.
In the southwest, Outer China is bounded by the Himalayas. The key geographical region in this area is the Tibet-Qinghai Plateau.
Isn't that the largest plateau or something?
It is, indeed.
Wait, how do you pronounce it again?
Whatever. Anyways.
Hey, don't ignore me. Phillips, help us.
The word how you pronounce it is Tibet Shanghai, and this is how you pronounce it. Back to you, Jojo and Stephen.
Wait. What?
Thanks, Phillips. Now, in the northeast, the major region is the Northwestern Desert.
This area includes the Turfan Depression, the 2nd lowest place in China.
Wait, how low is it?
The Turfan Depression is 505 feet, or about 150 meters below sea level.
Okay, that's really low. Well, what about the northeastern side of China?
Well, in the northeast, the key region in the north is the northeastern plain.
Okay. I wonder what the climate is like there since the areas are so high and low. Jasper and Lucas, is it really cold or something?
In the Turfan Depression, it can go so hot here that raindrops evaporate even reaching the ground.
The northeastern plain has hot and short summers. Winters here are long and dry with 5 months of freezing temperatures.
Now back to our inspiring anchors, Ryan and Andrew.
Thank you. Hey, partner, do you know about the geography of Inner China?
Well, no.
Okay, I'll tell you what I know. Inner China includes the southeastern part of present-day China. And that part of China is closer to sea level than the western region. Who's smart?
Claire is smart because now she's going to talk about the vocab of the Inner China.
Thank you, anchors. We do have 2 more words that are coming up next. Enrich and climate. To enrich is to improve the quality of something. The climate of an area is the average weather conditions at that particular place. Now let's welcome our geography experts, Joseph and Stephen.
Thanks. Hey Jojo, did you know that Inner China includes the southeastern part of present-day China? And that part of China is closer to sea level than the western area?
Yeah, of course I knew.
It is a land of rolling hills, river valleys, and plains. Rivers flow through this area from the west.
Okay. Hey, do you know if the rivers help farming and agriculture or something?
I have no idea.
Well, let's welcome Yareem and Angel, our intelligent farming reporters, to tell us about it.
Thank you, Jojo and Stephen. They provide wonderful irrigation. Fluids from these rivers also enrich the soil. To early settlers, these physical features made inner China more attractive than outer China. Back to you, Jojo and Stephen.
Thanks.
Inner China has two main regions. The northern region is dominated by the North China Plain, while the southern region is covered with the low river plains of the middle and lower Chongjiang basins.
What? What basins? How do you say it again?
I forgot.
Phillips, help us.
Sure, the word how you pronounce it is Changjiang, and this is how you pronounce it. Now let's welcome Jasper and Lucas talking about the weather.
Thank you, Phillips. The North China Plain is often drier and cooler. Each of China's 5 major regions has its own climate, physical features, and vegetation. Let's later take a closer look at each area, starting with the 3 major regions.
For now, let's let Ryan and Andrew tell us about it.
Hey, partner, you know. Now we will talk about the Tibet-Qinghai Plateau. I know that the southwestern part of outer China is dominated by the high Tibet-Qinghai Plateau.
And also known as the Tibet Plateau, and that area is often called roof of the world.
Wow, how do you know that?
I searched it up.
Yeah, right.
Wait, you don't trust me?
Now let's welcome geography folks, Jojo and Steven.
Thanks, Andrew and Ryan. Hey, Steve, did you know that the Tibet-Qinghai Plateau has an average elevation of 13,500 feet, or about 4,120 meters, which is more than 2 miles, or about 3,220 meters above sea level?
Dude, you took my line. Well, anyways, I know that it was a very big area and covers almost a quarter of the land in China.
And I also know that the Tibet-Qinghai Plateau is a rocky land surrounded by towering mountains. The Himalayas lie on the southern edge of the plateau.
Hey, it's right there. Anyways, is it Mount Everest part of that mountain range?
Yeah, it is. Mount Everest's peak is 29,000 feet, or about 8,840 meters in altitude, or more than 5 miles high, making itself the tallest mountain in the world.
Hey Jojo, what do you know about the climate there?
I don't know much about the climate there, but I know someone who does. Let's welcome our brilliant climate and weather experts.
Thank you, Jojo and Steven.
Since the Tibet-Qinghai Plateau is so high, its climate is very cold. The air there is thin and dry. This is not a fun place to live. Did you know that snow sometimes even falls in the summer?
That would make sense because during summers, temperatures average to about 45 degrees Fahrenheit or 7 Celsius. It could snow because temperatures sometimes might drop in the summer.
During the winter, temperatures average to about 28 Fahrenheit or negative 8 Celsius. The annual precipitation is a small 10 inches or 25 centimeters.
Phew! There sure are some challenging words coming up that are hard to pronounce. Could you help us out, Philip?
Sure. The word how you pronounce it is Huanghe, as known as the Yellow River. The Changjiang, also called the Yangtze River. Now let's welcome Jojo and Stephen talking about the geography.
Thanks, Phil. Hey Jojo, did you know that the Taklamakan Desert is considered one of the most dangerous deserts in the world, and that its name means once you go in, you won't come out?
I didn't know about the name meaning part, but I know that the desert covers an area of about 150,000 square miles, or 272,000 square kilometers.
But that's huge. It doesn't look that big over here. What about the Gobi Desert? Is it as big as that?
Oh, the size of the Taklamakan Desert is not even close to the Gobi Desert.
How big is the Gobi Desert anyways?
Wait, how do you pronounce it again?
What? I don't know.
Phillips, help us.
Sure. The word how you pronounce it is Gobi, and the other word how you pronounce it is Taklamakan Desert. Back to you, Jojo and Steven.
Ah, it's Gobi. Anyway, the Gobi Desert stretches over 500,000 square miles, or about 1,300,000 square kilometers, making it one of the world's largest deserts.
Oh yeah, I just remembered. The Gobi Desert covers part of China and present-day Mongolia, doesn't it?
It does indeed, but unlike the Taklamakan Desert, the Gobi has very few sand dunes, which makes most of the desert stony and hard. The desert's surface is made up of small pebbles and tiny bits of sand.
What about the farming and agriculture there? Do you know anything about that?
Farming. Huh. I think we'll need help from our farming experts, Urim and Angel, for that information.
Despite these rivers, the plateaus where they dry, the natural vegetation consists of sparse scrubs and grasses. Antelopes and yaks, a type of fox, roam the area. Sometimes they are prey for wolves and wildlife.
For the people of ancient times, the plateau was a hard place to live. It was too cold and dry to grow up. But the grasses did grow fruit for yaks and other livestock. The cold rocky plateau and the high mountains made the travel to inner China a range difficult for this area. And goes back to you.
Hey, you know the northwestern part of outer China is known for its vast deserts?
No.
Okay. Hey, I still see two new words I can't pronounce. Help us.
Sure. The word how you pronounce it is Liao, and the other one is Songren. And this is how you pronounce it.
Let's go back and pronounce the deserts more time. Okay, because that's, but they're on deserts, correct? Okay. So can you pronounce Gobi and Taklamakan again? Okay. And those will be next. And guys, Urim, you guys are on page 205. You're supposed to be on 205, the green section of 205. All right. So the anchors are helping you, asking you to pronounce those. So go ahead one more time, Phillips. Action.
So this word how you pronounce is Gobi, and the other word is Taklamakan Desert. Now let's welcome Jojo and Steven.
Actually, we can go back to, since we've already done everybody, correct? We have done everybody, right? Okay, let's do weather. Okay.
My order is first, because they said like the northwestern part is about northwestern deserts, right? And then they already talked about it.
Right. So you go to weather. Can you change us to weather?
No, we can do it.
And then they have to do it again because in my order,
Okay.
go first and then declare.
Okay, go ahead. So who's going?
What?
Anchors is supposed to be going first.
We did.
Phillips, and then to
We did.
the
Weather. Okay, weather. Is that correct? Okay, go.
You sure know your words, Phillips. Anyways, the Taklamakan and Gobi deserts are harsh places to live and difficult to travel across. The climate can be sizzling hot in the summer or freezing in the winter.
Desert winds can cause enormous sand dunes to shift and change. Sandstorms arise with stunning speed. Legend says that 2 armies and 300 cities are buried 600 feet beneath its sand dunes. Really? I don't know, it's a legend.
Anyway, temperatures can vary greatly here in the northwestern deserts. Summer temperatures can reach up to 100 Fahrenheit or 38 Celsius. During the winter, the temperatures can be a chilly 15 Fahrenheit or negative 9 Celsius. The annual precipitation is only 5 inches or 13 centimeters.
Well, it's a desert, I guess.
Whatever. Well, why are there even more hard words coming out? Save us, Claire.
Thank you, Jasper and Lucas. An oasis is a place, usually in the desert, where water can be found. The oases are the only places to grow crops or raise livestock in the desert. In ancient times, shelters made of mud were sometimes built near oases. Now let's go to our geography experts, Joseph and Stevens. Welcome.
Thank you, Claire. The North China Plain is sometimes called the land of yellow earth.
We're still on northwestern deserts. 205.
Back? Oh. Did you pause it?
Not yet. Keep going. We'll cut it.
Thank you, Claire. Jojo, did you know that the Taklamakan Desert is considered one of the most dangerous deserts in the world, and that its name means once you go in, you won't come out?
I didn't know about the name meaning part, but I know that the desert covers an area of about 105,000 square miles, or about 272,000 square kilometers.
Dude, that's huge. Doesn't look that big over here. Well, what about the Gobi Desert? Isn't it that big as well?
The size of the Taklamakan Desert is not even close to the Gobi Desert.
Wait, how big is the Gobi Desert anyway?
The Gobi Desert stretches over 500,000 square miles, or about 1,300,000 square kilometers, making it one of the world's largest deserts.
Oh yeah, I just remembered. The Gobi Desert covers part of China and present-day Mongolia, doesn't it?
It does indeed, but unlike the Taklamakan Desert, the Gobi has very few sand dunes, which makes most of the desert stony and hard. The desert surface is made up of small pebbles and tiny bits of sand.
Wait, what about the farming and agriculture there? You know anything about that?
Farming? I think we'll need help from our farming experts, Yuriam and Angel, for that info.
As you may expect, the desert is too dry to have much vegetation. Bushes, weeds, and trees grow only near oases and along rivers. Back to you, Anchor.
Do you know anything about the northeastern plain?
Yes.
What?
I know that the northeastern plain is located east of present-day Mongolia, and that area is sometimes called Inner Mongolia or the Manchurian Plain.
Well, do you know the major rivers that run through the northeastern plain?
If I remember right, it's the Liao and the Sangari. The Liao is a shallow river only navigable by small boats. The Sangari is deeper and it carries larger boats.
Wait, what? How do you pronounce the two rivers again?
The Liao and Sangari, I think.
Well, then let's welcome Phillips to help us to pronounce the word.
So this two word how you pronounce it is Liao, and the other word is Sungari.
Oh, Liao and Sangari, yeah? Did I pronounce it right, Phillips?
Yeah?
Thank you for helping us. Now let's welcome Angel and Yuriam to talk about farming.
It is land of low hills and plains. The natural vegetation is mostly berry grass. In ancient times, the grass provided food for horses, sheep, and other animals raised by herders. Lucas and Jasper, can you tell us about the weather?
Thank you, Yuriam and Angel. Hey Jasper, did you know that in the winter when water freezes, people can use these rivers as roads?
What if they fall in and drown?
No. The ice is too thick for the people to fall in. It's ice. Ice is a solid.
Tell me something I didn't know.
Anyhow, the northeastern plain is an area of great contrast in its climate. It has short, warm summers. In winter, the northern and eastern parts of the plain are dry and bitterly cold.
But in the southern half, especially near the valley of the Liao, there is milder weather and more water because of its river.
During the short summer here in the northeastern plain, temperature can crawl to a warm 75 Fahrenheit or 24 Celsius. During the winter, though, these temperatures can fall down to a freezing 10 Fahrenheit or negative 12 Celsius. The annual precipitation is a good 20 inches or 51 centimeters.
Well, take it away, Ryan and Andrew.
Thank you. Do you know anything about the North China Plain?
No.
Well, I know that one of the two major regions in Inner China is the North China Plain, and it is a flat region of grassland.
Can you tell us about the North China Plain, Claire?
Yes, thank you. The North China Plain is a region in the Huanghe River Valley where Chinese civilization began. Now let's go to Jasper and Lucas for weather information on the North China Plain.
You seem to have a living dictionary in your head, Claire.
In the North China Plain, temperatures can range from very warm in summer to quite chilly in the winter. During the summer, the temperatures average 82 Fahrenheit or 38 Celsius. During the winter, temperatures average to about 28 Fahrenheit or -2 Celsius. The annual precipitation is about 23 inches or 58 centimeters.
The geography of North China Plain is confusing. Teach us something, Joe and Stephen.
Thanks, guys. The North China Plain is sometimes called the land of the yellow earth.
And why is that? It looks green over here.
I don't know, don't blame me. Somebody did this map and it's not me. Well, it's because the ground is covered by yellow limestone. So,
Oh yeah, now I remember. The silt comes from the Gobi Desert and is carried by the wind to the North China Plain. I also heard that there was a river in this place. Am I right?
yeah, there is. The river that runs through this plain is also full of yellow silt. Hence the name Huanghe or Yellow River.
Okay, well, the Huanghe is one of the longest rivers in the world. It may also be the world's muddiest. The mud makes the water look like soup. The river begins in the high western mountains and winds its way down to the eastern plains.
You know that the river will help farming and the crops and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, let's ask our farming experts, Raymond and Angel, yet again.
We're on 207.
As you may expect, the desert is big.
The North China Plain near the Huanghe is grassy and fertile land.
While the Huanghe does help farmers, it has also been the source of many disasters for the Chinese people in the past 3,000 years. The river is said to have flooded more than 1,500 times, causing much damage and loss of life. Anchors, can you tell me about Changjiang Basin?
Hey, I know nothing about the Changjiang Basin. Help, partner.
I know that the Changjiang basins are areas of low, wet coastal plains. The basins are located along the river called the Changjiang.
Oh, cool.
Ha, who's smart?
Me. And now let's welcome Claire to help us with the vocab.
Thank you, anchors. A tributary is a stream or river that flows into a larger stream, river, or lake. Phillips, can you tell us more about the Changjiang tributaries?
Sure. This river is even longer than Huanghe. In fact, Changjiang even means long river. It has hundreds of tributaries. People use the river to move goods between eastern and western area of region. Now let's welcome Jojo and Stephen.
Like the Huanghe, Changjiang begins in the high western mountains. It flows through 3 plains and then to a rich delta.
Its deposits help make the surrounding lands very fertile. The river floods less often than the Huanghe, making the Changjiang less dangerous.
Hey Jojo, did you know anything about the climate there?
No, you?
No? Let's ask our friend Jasper and Lucas all about it.
Okay, Jasper and Lucas, take it away.
The Changjiang Basin have a mild, wet climate. Temperatures can range from 68 Fahrenheit or 20 Celsius in the summer. They drop to about 39 Fahrenheit or 4 Celsius during the winter. The annual precipitation is about 41 inches or 104 centimeters.
Next, we give the stage to our farming experts, Yuriam and Angel.
In ancient time, the vegetation have been simply this was located before farming, and the area was not suitable for grazing animals, but the grazing only good for growing rice, which need lost water and lost take away from animals.
Well, early settlement in Asian China. I know that archaeologists believe that the first inhabitants of China lived in caves more than 500,000 years ago. Remains of this people were found in the 1920s in the northeastern part of China.
Cool. And these cave dwellers are known today as either Peking man or Beijing man. And I believe it is likely that it's for humans who live by hunting, gathering, and fishing. They even made tools and may have using fire.
Ah, indeed. But I see two words I can't pronounce right. Pronounce it for us, Phillips.
Sure. The word how you pronounce it is Peking and the other one is Beijing.
Thank you. Now let's welcome Urim and Angel to talk about how early Asian people farmed. Welcome.
As people in China turned to farming, they began to settle mostly on the North China Plain in Inner China. They grew crops and lived in villages near the Huanghe. This marked the start of settled Chinese life.
It's not surprising that early farmers chose this area to live in. The North China Plain has plenty of water, fertile soil, and a moderate climate. In contrast, both the Tibetan Plateau and the Northeastern Plain in outer China were too cold and dry to grow crops. The northwestern desert were also too dry. The Changjiang basins were wet and fertile, but heavy rains may have made farming difficult. Anchors tell us about ancient China's isolation.
Okay. Asian China's isolation. Interesting.
What is it?
This is China's geography kept the early settlements in inner China isolated, and only a narrow coastal plain linked the northeastern plain to inner China.
Wow. And in the southwest, the towering mountain, rock, plateaus, and cold climate form a nature barrier.
Wow, indeed. Now let's welcome Claire to help us with the vocab.
Thank you, anchors. To isolate is to set apart from other people or things.
Thank you.
Back to you.
Now Jojo and Steven is up to tell us about the geography of Asian China. Welcome.
In the northwestern deserts, the only permanent communities were on the oases. Their residents built homes out of mud. People grew cotton, wheat, and maize. Well, there's not really a lot about the geography. Wait, Jojo, what about the food they eat there?
Their main foods were noodle, bread, and mutton. Yum.
Whatever. Back to you, Angel.
Mainly because outer China did not have good farmland, fewer people settled there than in inner China. The Tibetan Plateau was not suitable for growing crops, but herders could raise livestock, especially yaks. The people who lived on the plateau were nomads who had to go frequently to find new grazing land. The animals they herded supplied many of the nomads' needs. They ate meat from the yak and made butter and yogurt from yak milk. People used yak wool to make their heavy clothing, and they needed to survive the cold climate. They also wove yak hair into material for tents.
The northern plain was too cold and dry for much farming, but its crops, grass, subtrate, and livestock. Early people in this region were also nomads. They raised sheep, goats, cattle, and horses because they were constantly moving to find grass for their animals. They lived mostly in tents. Their main food was meat. They often invented the North China Plateau, but needed well and to the people of Inner China built a great road to keep this thing apart.
Nope, you keep going and then we'll pass it to the anchors to do a closing. And thanks for being with us.
The fertile land of inner China is floated larger. Most of the population on the North China Plain. Farmers grow mainly wheat and millet. They raise cattle, sheep, oxen, pigs, and chickens. They herd the cattle, water buffalo, and horses. Settlers built permanent homes out of rain earth, soil tightly packed to make solid wall.
The Changchun had unlimited farmland and limited grazing land for animals such as cattle, but rice grew in this wet area as earlier as 10,000 BCE. People were able to grow rice in the river valley. They also raised pigs and chicken. This is unsafe for people built permanent houses to they could stay in one place and tend their animals and crops. Back to anchors.
We hope in this broadcast you learned something about the geography,
Vocabs,
climate,
pronunciation.
and farming of the ancient China.
Thank you, everyone.
Well, sadly, this broadcast is going to an ending.
See ya tomorrow night.
To learn more about the large China.
Bye.
Wait. Excellent. Now, how do I pause this?